How we doing today, guys? It is a beautiful May morning. It is 9:07 in the morning. I'm gonna grab myself a little over-the-counter fruit juice here real quick. Walk over, give myself a little bit of water. We got a lot of work that we got to get done today, and apparently I left my front door open, so hopefully there ain't no critters running around in here. But we're gonna get inside the high boy real quick, and we're gonna head to the farm and get some things loaded up and get today going. Now, the first things first, so here we have the trailer with all our fertilizer that we don't need for right now because right now we are going on planting soybeans. But I'm just going to leave the fertilizer up here just because, it's extra. I already paid for it. Eventually, I will take it off the trailer, probably get it stored in one of the sheds that we have. But here we have all the seed that we're going to be using to finish up planting soybeans. Also, as you can see up there on the screen, I have $26,543. That is down from the original $32,000 that I had after buying seed for this season. And that is because if we can run over here real quick, oh, there he is actually. Hired the neighbor and I rented a 7810 John Deere, and then I got a matching Kinsey 3600 planter to go with it. And he's just been starting. He got the day going pretty early, and he's just going right along. I think, yeah, it looks like he's got the soybeans going in there real good. But he's going to be going along, planting for me, kind of saving myself a little bit of work. Doesn't want to run me over, holy moly. Yeah, he's saving me some good work time because I got my own fields I got to worry about over here. So while he's doing this, I can start on the other field. Now, we still do have the Best Way sprayer, and we still have the Mighty Alice Chalmers as well. And I have the trailer over here still parked over by the oat field, kind of just waiting for me to be able to go out and spray herbicide because we still have weeds growing in the corn. But for right now, my main focus is trying to get beans finished up for this year. So again, for our setup, we have the 4450 modified four-wheel drive hooked up with my Kinsey 3600, and we are going to go through. We got all the tops open up on the planter. We got to go through and get some seed put in there. And this is the field we're going to be working on. Let's pull up our big map here. And what you guys can see is that I kind of sectioned off field 49. In that back corner, way over there, I put corn. I think what I put over there was silage corn. I don't really remember. But we are going to plant beans in the field that I'm currently standing in, and then the field that is right over there. But I'm going to get all the seed loaded up so we can get started. Alright, so here, just about like a quick little, I'd say 10-minute into it update. Everything seems to be going pretty good. Already got deer out in the field, so, it's a good sign for this year's hunting season. But a little food for thought. So the other day, I was kind of just thinking about the idea of possibly getting a pivot or an irrigation system to go into the field. I was kind of just like pondering on the idea, thinking about it, like where exactly would that save me and any kind of like labor cost, money wise, like compared to like buying a sprayer. If I was to just buy a pivot system, I wouldn't have to like operate it and stand by it the whole time. It would just do it by itself. Whereas if I was to get a sprayer, I would have to go through, purchase the fertilizer or purchase the herbicide, and then I'd also have to own the sprayer itself or continue to rent one like I currently am, or demo one if that comes to be a possibility. But I was just kind of going through thinking, like, so far this year, yes, I am going to be probably using the Best Way sprayer to apply herbicide to the rest of these fields. I don't need to worry about soybeans when it comes to putting fertilizer down because they do not require fertilizer per the game. Realistically, I mean, you would put down some form of chemical to help them grow, but for the game's purposes, we're just going to continue with our nitrogen levels that are in the soil right now and not have to worry about any form of fertilizer or anything like that to help our soybeans grow. But back to the idea of the pivot, I think that in the long run, like I think 27,000 or so dollars for a pivot that would kind of do a circle in here. It wouldn't exactly hit all the corners or every necessary edge of this field that I would need, but it would hit the very vast majority of it, and I would still get a decent amount of yield out of these fields if I was to do that. But we'll have to see what next year brings because I don't really exactly have enough money to go out there and be buying pivots for all my fields. I would like to get a pivot on every single one of my fields, or at least the bigger ones, like the one that's at the farm that you currently can't see because of the big pile of dust coming from behind my planter, but I'd like to get one there at the farm, and then I would like to get one here. Right now we're sitting about 17.3 bushels. Actually, I probably shouldn't say points anymore, but we're sitting about 17 bushels right now in the planter, about 28%. I know it's not completely close to being empty, but because I have plenty of seed to go through, I'm just going to go and fill up real quick. And I think my neighbor is almost done over there in that other field. I'm going to give him a call, probably have him go start on the other field because I got to get the duals off of this tractor, and then I got to get started on getting some spraying done. So I'm going to get this filled up real quick, give him a call. We'll finish this field out for sure, and maybe, depending on how far he gets started into the other one, we'll see if we can give him some help. Also got to think too. So right now, the biggest tractor that we have on the farm is, I mean, biggest and I think the newest. I'm not really sure when the 886 came out, but so far all I know is that this 4455 is a like mid 80s kind of tractor. It is a pretty good tractor for what it is, but also at the same time, if I'm looking to grow this operation into something bigger, I would have to upgrade. But also, there we are with more money. I might have to make a loan to be able to purchase better equipment than what I have. And in the long run, I think it would pay off, as I would be able to pay off most of the loans every year. But then I'd be looking at something where I would have to keep this up for about 5 years in order to pay off the loan. What I could do is get a bigger planter. I think all I have is like a 8-row corn head, so instead of upgrading my equipment or upgrading my tractors, I think getting better implements and better corn heads, bean heads, and stuff like that would pay off a little bit better, because I still can use, I think, up to a 16-row planter. I did see a 1725 no-till that was coming around somewhere up here for sale. Don't know exactly how much they want for it, but I think that this tractor would have enough horsepower to be able to pull it. I'm also really just a big fan of the older equipment. I've used a lot of it before, and I just like how it looks. It's got a better look to it in my eyes, to be honest. I know that like the power rating for it isn't exactly what really needs to be there for really big operations, but I do think that I could still use this tractor for probably a couple more years. It should be able to pull the grain cart just fine, and I also do have that international, so if things come to it, I can always just put a bucket mount on here, so that way I can use this to kind of like deal with feeding cattle, and I can also use it to plant with. But then I would have a lot of attachments that I'd have to keep track of, and then I'd have to also take off for every season, because right now I also have to use this for pulling the sprayer, so I already have to take the duals off of this. But if I was to get another tractor, then I could take the duals off this one, leave them off, keep them as like a spare, and then worry about the other tractor. Alright, so we got ourselves hooked up to the Best Way sprayer. I did manage to get the combine to turn over and start, so we got the duals removed off the 4455. So now we can spray like we are supposed to. Neighbor Jerry, he's still over there. He's planting still. I left him there. I could let him know that I was going to work on getting spraying done. But I'm going to go over here to my little nurse trailer real quick. Fill all the way up, I think. Probably not. Maybe. I guess not. So we're going to leave ourselves at 1,000 gallons. We probably shouldn't go through all that, but we're going to get started here on this field.
Man, I always had stories about the city life and the crazy nights. Figure I should probably give it a try. Maybe check it out, see what it's all about. But the traffic was fast and the money was slow. The people I met you never get to know. I kinda miss this place I used to live back home. 'Cause up here it's breakneck, paycheck, rat race, what's next? I'm tired of feeling like a small fish in a big pond. I think I'll go back where I came from, where everybody knows my name. My friends are still the same. I guess the slow life hit me just right, like a bonfire on a cold night. Hell, and you can change your mind, trying to save your time. In case you're thinking about breaking out the bucket list, girl, you can skip this funny business. Cause up there it's complicated and overrated. Down here everything is understated. That's alright by me. I got everything that I need. But there is breakneck, paycheck, rat race. What's next? I'm tired of feeling like a small fish in a big pond. I think I'll go back where I came from, where everybody knows my name. All my friends are still the same. I guess the slow life hit me just right, like a bonfire on a cool night. Yeah, you can keep your...
Alright, so Jerry should be almost finished up with planting this field. We just got done spraying. Everything went amazing with that Best Way sprayer. I'm going to go ahead and take all this fertilizer and the seed back to the farm, and I'm going to try to get it put away or find a place to put it. Hopefully there's some room for it around here. I don't really have the storage space to be placing anything extra right now. I could always probably try to find a spot in with where the semi truck is, but we will see how that all goes. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did, please don't forget to smash that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to Midwest Ag for more. And we will see you guys in the next one. Peace.